Ay, ay, ay. There's still quite a bit going on right now in the world of Invincible, you know? Got a casual invasion coming, you know? Seems to be more of an extermination now, given that the Viltrumites are convinced that Earth is toxic, given that they've led to the first ever, that they know of, rebellion in Viltrumite history since the extermination and the beginning of the Viltrum Empire. So that's pretty bad. Angstrom seems to be back on Earth now that he's positive he knows the weakness of a Viltrumite, which obviously his target is Invincible, so that's pretty bad. For some reason, we're still doing, like, the alien, like parasite thing. Like, I don't really get why we need to do that again. Like, our astronaut boy ended up getting infected with a, with a leechy, kind of, like, underdeveloped one. Puked it out, and now he's taken over once again. Like I said, I don't really feel like we really should be going through that again. Like, that's kind of like the one thing here I'm kind of like, do we really have to do this again when we already have other stuff to do, So that's the thing. On the plus side, I guess, Alan now has the books and whatnot, which list possible weaknesses to Viltrumites. Savage beasts that can actually rip them apart due to the density of their planet and how they've evolved over the years, and the supposed Infinity Ray. I don't know what to say about that, but there's an Infinity Ray in this show, which is pretty funny. It honestly feels more like now we're reaching the point, because the love angle's been a pretty consistent narrative in this season. It honestly almost feels like now we're at a point to where we're leading to breaking up Amber and Mark. Because, well, obviously it's made clear that they're trying to make it work, that they do have genuine feelings for each other. It's just that the vibes aren't clicking, like, the life that they live is so astronomically far apart that they're basically building it to where it cannot work. So it feels like they are going to break that up at some point, whether that be season finale, because first season finale is when, Amber got back with Mark. So season 2 finale being where they break up and it's, like, official, would be pretty, would be interesting, and that's kind of where I'm expecting to go with that regard. Like, if not then maybe in the future, I'm not quite sure. But obviously that's the thing, we might be building something with Eve, like I said, the vibes were kind of there during their interaction on the space mission, but I'm not entirely sure where they were fully going with that. Either way, though, we're in a pretty shitty situation. Obviously, there's the execution of Nolan, which we're not really focusing on too much right now, but I do suspect the fact that they've built the Viltrumite storyline as much as they have in this season, which still genuinely surprises me, will probably mean we're going to go down some kind of route for that in this season. Like, I imagine the execution plan will probably go off, but I just don't know how it connects to anyone else. Like, Mark feels a little too out of that that plot line at the moment, to where it feels like Alan and the Coalition will probably be dealing with that. And then obviously, Nolan might make his final decision to, like, fight for Earth and whatnot, and then he'll have to start doing his redemption stuff. I don't know. But we're getting there, and we are at the penultimate episode of Invincible Season 2. And then for however long in the future, once we do the finale, that will be it. So, pretty cool stuff right now, honestly. Like I said, we're in a pretty shitty position right now. But I feel like at this point we're always in a pretty shitty position, so I don't really know what to really build on that. Things just go from bad to much, much worse in this show. So we're going to have to see where that actually goes. So guys, without further ado, episode 7 of Invincible Season 2 will commence in 3, 2, 1, and play. Somehow Rex is alive, which is insane.
Yes, hooray! 10 out of 10. We need to go now.
Kate Shaw was a fearless warrior.
Am I me again, William?
How did a mere moment on Earth turn you into a weak, sentimental traitor?
This child is Mark's brother,
Yeah, that's
which
the
makes him family to
fucking
me too.
Viltromite
I work for
kid.
you, Miss Grayson.
When we pulled you
There's
out,
Donald
the
now,
rest of you,
and the
not
other
so
guy
much.
that came
I
back.
changed myself. I can do the same for you.
Don't.
I feel like I'm failing Amber.
I don't really know for sure why Monster Girl's so
I'm
against
visiting
accepting
an
help
old friend.
for her condition. I really don't see the mindset there that she's going for.
Before Grom.
Oh, it's a...
Maybe you should
Nice.
try asking whatever alien or mad scientist you're fighting for a photo next time. Instead of just punching them, you know? Pretend you're a fan.
With a few of them, that might just work.
The suit's kind of a dead giveaway.
Okay, that's just... Is that really what I look like?
Yes.
If you think that's weird.
Hey, nice.
Look out, evil! We're...
That was a nice transition. Like, come on, Mark. You've got fans. You've got people you inspire. People who feel safe because of you. Like, that's part of
Why
the...
can't we just live here?
It's like the best benefit
We
of the
can
job.
rent a booth, set up a little tent, survive on hot dogs and steal nachos.
Because you die from a comic book overdose in like 3 hours.
I'd die happy, and it'd be worth it. Ooh, I've been looking for those hardcovers.
Nice.
Can't buy everything, Mark Grayson.
Or can you?
Watch me!
Yeah. I think there was a Jack Sparrow cosplayer right there. Which, GOAT, obviously.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm fine.
We don't have to stay here all day, you know. We can go do something you want to do too.
Who says I don't want to do this?
Your
Right.
face.
Sure. I just meant that it's just kind of more my thing. We don't get a lot of time together, so I want to make sure we're also doing stuff that you like too.
I'll let you know when I'm not having a good time.
Okay. Sorry.
It's fine. Let's just be together.
God, this
You know,
is
I don't really
so
care what we're
awkward.
doing. And for the record, I probably read more comic books than you do nowadays since you're so busy saving the world.
Yeah. You've bought a bunch of shit you're never gonna use. Like, ever.
Wait a second.
Even without being a
Are
hero.
we
That,
in a
that's
line?
that's just the comic book. That's just the comic book trade.
Philip Schaff's doing a signing. You said the fact that we're together is what matters, right?
Oof. Trapped yourself there.
Philip Schaff. Oh man, I'm a huge fan.
Thanks, buddy. Means a lot.
I gotta ask, when's the new season of Seance Dog coming out?
You mean the show? Probably not for another year. Sorry, animation takes a long time.
Nice
Oh,
meta
I can't
humor.
imagine how much work it must be for those fight scenes.
Wow.
those take
Wow.
a while.
Wow.
They cut corners
Wow.
in other places to make it manageable. You ever notice that sometimes whoever's speaking has their mouth off camera, so you never see their
Wow.
lips moving?
Nice one.
Huh. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, or we'll cut to the back of someone's head while they're talking for the same
Oh
reason.
my god.
Other times we'll do a wide shot and slowly pan across it. It looks like it's animated, but it's so far away, you don't notice.
Was the show
Nothing's
getting
moved.
complaints about its
The
animation?
best
Is that
part
why this is
because
happening?
all these scenes have limited animation, we can make the drawings even better.
I mean, the show's been fine in
Sometimes
terms of
the artists get carried
animation.
away and it kind of looks like a different
Oh.
It's crazy.
It's
what you
definitely
can
not
get away
anime
with.
levels of fighting,
Thanks for
but
coming by.
it's good.
No, thank you.
I mean,
I'm gonna watch
season 1
2
finale
way
was
closer.
incredible.
He is such a cool guy.
Damn.
Okay, where do you want to go now?
I don't know. I thought Artist Alley looked cool.
Oh
It's,
my God.
just a sec. Hey, Eve. What's up?
Oh,
Mark,
Eve.
Rex snuck out of the GDA hospital and ran off on a mission by himself. He's gone radio silent, and I'm really worried he's in trouble. I'd go myself, but I'm tying up a loose end.
I mean,
How many times a week
Sure.
do you fight Laser
text me where
Cannon
he
Boy?
is.
You're gonna ditch me at Comic-Con, aren't you?
Of all places, Comic-Con.
Rex is in trouble, but maybe I could.
No, it's okay. Go. We'll catch up later.
See, like, this isn't gonna work.
Thanks for holding on to that stuff for me. You're the best. I love you so much. Bye.
Like, this relationship just isn't gonna work like this. I don't know, they're really making it feel like, you know, like there's just not there, because every scene is just kind of the same at this point.
Don't do this. Come on, come on. Don't do this to me. You done this 100 times. You've made it through each one. Even a bullet to the head couldn't kill you. And this guy? He's nothing. Just a totally ordinary...
Mutant Cthulhu.
Goddamn nightmare tentacle monster.
Oh yeah.
Great.
So we might be getting kinky up in here. Good thing Eve didn't come.
This is what you're gonna do, Rex. You're gonna go in there and tear off every one of his tentacles and shove them up however many asses he has. And then you're gonna send him packing back to Planet Bullshit or wherever he came from. Because you're Rex-Splode, and that's how you do things.
Cool. So you heat up glow sticks? We haven't really focused too much on how his powers actually work. But he ignites things and causes them to blow, I guess.
Do take more than dirt at hurt Octobus.
It's funny, that frame animation right there was horrible.
You hear words. Now am pain you hear.
Oh no. Why didn't you say something stupid sooner? Do your pals sound as dumb as you do?
That's just rude! First time on planet, you know.
Much time learn your language. Sorry, Em don't make me words perfect.
That was very risky, but good job.
Look, I'm sure you're very busy, and I respect that you took the time to learn my language, even if you didn't learn it very well. But I'm still gonna kick your ass!
You're doing pretty well, to be fair. This is pretty good. What was this level of fighting last time? Good job, go for the tentacles. Cut them off. Oh, shame.
Who am ass kicked now?
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah! Damn!
Rex, you okay?
God, the jealousy of those
I'm fine.
powers are just
Stop those
nuts.
idiots. I've got Davy Jones covered.
Sure? He's pretty big.
Dude, please. I need this.
If that's what you gotta do. Wow. Wow! Redoing the Spider-Man hit. Making a Spidey reference. Dude, I swear to God, I don't know why this keeps happening. Like, this happened in, I think, episode 5 as well, where the camera just cut itself. For no reason. At this point, I might just have to go back to my old camera, because I can't be consciously thinking about this every time I'm recording. Like, it's getting annoying now. This is the 3rd time, but the last time was very recently, so I can't have this happening. I apologize, because again, this happened in Invincible. And, you know, while it's only happening, I think, Invincible and Batman right now, it's very annoying, so I don't know. That just killed the pacing right there. Sorry. Nice. Ow! I don't know if he deserved that much, but
Next time, open with that.
don't use your trump card right away.
All clear, send in the troops. Thanks, buddy. After, you know, I just thought I needed to get back on the horse. It was either that or retire and open a bar someplace hot.
Not bad life.
Wait, why am I not doing that again?
Yeah, I felt the same way after my dad and I...
Yeah, I bet. Not sure many other people could come back from what you went through.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure anyone else could come back from what you went through.
and it's only
Also,
gonna get
I
worse.
can't believe you can grow new teeth. Oh, fuck. I wish I had that
Can he?
superpower. I'm like some shitty hockey player over here. How's it going?
Oh
with
yeah, I
Amber?
guess he has got.
Did you?
He probably
stuff
lost a
out?
couple of teeth the few
Not
times
really.
he's gotten his ass
Can't
kicked.
seem to go on a single day without being interrupted. I left her at Comic-Con to come here.
Well, I owe you, so I'll tell you what.
There's worse
You
places
pick
to
the
leave
day,
her.
and the Guardians and I will cover for you.
Hey!
No matter what?
Nice!
And you know what? Cecil can blow it out his ass.
But
I don't know if that's a
to
thing
be
you can
perfectly
do.
honest,
Uh,
one
dude,
day isn't going to
trust
fix
me.
the whole problem.
Despite everything we've been through,
It's a nice
we're
gesture,
still
though.
the best superhero team on the fucking planet.
And that is so scary to think about. Okay, multiple robots. Very nice. Is this a simulation? Is it like a battle suit? Hey! Robot girl.
You relax. This is stupid.
This is pretty
Don't
cool.
try and force it. The system is designed to interpret your thoughts. And oh, there you go. Now we can reset and try again. So
Nice solution.
Those drones
That's pretty
cost
cool.
approximately.
Ooh, no more trying again. I can't fight with that thing. It's useless. And there's no way I'm letting you stuff a chip in my head so it works better.
It's a minor medical procedure. Amanda, wait. It just it would
Amanda,
stop you from
okay.
needing to transform.
Maybe I
You
should
wouldn't
call her
get
that instead
any
of
younger
Monster
and
Girl.
could age normally. Let me fix you.
That's a horrible term.
I'm cursed, not broken. And I didn't ask for your help.
Yeah. You really could have worded that one a lot
Still in the
better.
ICU, but she's stronger than she looks. She'll make it. What? This place.
Kind of a shame. They
What
just
about
got
it?
these two
We're
rolling
supposed to
like
be
a
the
couple
best there
episodes
is.
ago, and now
Best
it's like
superheroes on the planet.
they've almost like just
And?
broken their
You serious?
dynamic
Okay,
already, which is
let's
pretty
do the lineup.
surprising.
You got a guy who's supposed to be a genius, but the best idea he could come up with was to make himself a new body with DNA he stole from a coworker, so he could date a different coworker who currently does not want to date him. That
I would
same
say
chick
no,
gets younger each time she uses her
but
powers and doesn't seem
it's
to care she's
complicated.
gonna be eating strained carrots before too long. Our leader's a guy who's so old he shits dust, and his boss is a suit who sacrifices
fuck?
all in a second to save
So
white
old
men.
he shits dust
Then there's the girl who broke all
That's
her bones
great.
trying to explode someone from the inside out.
and failed
Which is
spectacularly.
The pyromaniac who's going through some heavy personal shit after he traded half his brain for a bullet. And finally, whatever the hell Shapesmith is.
Yeah, the Guardians
Yeah, I
are a
am feeling
fucked
left
bunch.
Okay, first, you're bald. And hair was Samson's whole thing. And second, if you think we're the best superhero team on the planet, that head thing is secondary to your messed up judgment.
I had hair when I picked the name, but you're right. We're not the best superhero team. on
Oh,
the
hair was
planet.
his power?
We're family.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, really?
And like any family, we're all messed up in our own unique way.
Shit, speak for yourself.
But we're unbreakable when it counts. That's what makes us the best.
It's kind of bad though, because a
You're
lot of
new,
what makes the
so you
team
just
fucked
don't
up
get
is
it
the
yet.
connections they had with one another. Like
well,
Rudy
if we're
and
a family, then mom and
Amanda
dad are getting a divorce.
not really working because of the relationship thing and his.
Request denied.
It wasn't a request.
We're already 2 members down. And you want to quit? Absolutely not.
Oh, he wants to quit.
Like, if this is about Kate, I understand.
I'm unmoored, Cecil. Unstable. Dangerous, even.
You just saved the goddamn planet from an invasion from Mars.
I could have cost us that fight because I didn't trust Invincible. And then I almost started an interplanetary war with his one-eyed friend.
So take a vacation.
I was already broken, Cecil. Kate's death just finished me off.
You're not quitting. This is a temporary leave of absence. That vacation we talked about. Do you understand me?
Wow. I mean,
where are you even going?
What can you do to stop him, though? Push him too far, you'll just
Rudy,
make an enemy.
get in here.
Sir?
Your old job just opened back up.
Oh, new leader of the Guardians. Oh, that might suck because he might just order Amanda not to transform and then just become a monster again.
Did you
Well,
really
just
think
become a
this was
robot girl.
over? We're just getting started.
Interesting this is coming
so
back though.
Much to do. You're probably hoping some hero will burst in and save you. Let's see. It appears it's just you, me, and science.
A bit surprising we haven't seen those robots be utilized all this season yet. Because they implied like they worked with this crazy guy to get them up for Omni-Man, but they're still a useful force when the Guardians aren't around.
I'm here. It was just another dream. It wasn't real.
I'll admit though,
real, William.
Bringing this guy back this late in the season is kind of weird.
You don't know. No one does. Every time I close my eyes, I see Sinclair's face.
Well,
the therapist said it would take time to adjust.
Therapy. I don't want to adjust to this.
A lot.
I don't know what's worse. D.A. Sinclair taking me apart or those doctors putting me back together.
No, Donald, you cannot resign. Jesus, is there something in the water today?
Yeah, everyone wants to just leave.
Lied to me. Took away my agency.
You'd be dead if we didn't.
And that crossed a line, sir. I cannot in good faith continue to work for you. I don't even know who or what I am anymore.
You're you, Donald. End of story.
How am I supposed to be me? You erased my memories.
That wasn't my decision.
That was yours.
Then whose was it?
Yours.
Sit.
I've already seen this.
Sit. Here, full authorization. Not like that password of mine you thought you knew. Remember, you asked for this.
Oh. So, maybe some more we didn't even see.
Run! Hurry!
Jesus! Oh my god, he's died a bunch of times. You've got to be fucking kidding me. He's died more times than Immortal. Obviously not, but you get the point.
Just a little further. Wait here. I'm coming.
They've put him back together so many goddamn times. Probably fucking been killed more times than Duplicate, though. God. And they kept record of all of it. Oh my god, that's fucked.
Are you this nervous before a big fight?
No, but Doc Seismic isn't gonna kick me out of school. We're supposed to be here together.
That's sweet. But we practiced this. It was a genuine family emergency. That's all you have to say.
What if it doesn't work?
Then we'll figure it out.
No, it doesn't work.
Together.
Mr. Grayson, the Dean will see you now.
Sir, I had a family emergency, but I'm back now, and I promise
I know all about your family emergency, Mr. Grayson.
Principal Winslow?
It's Dean Winslow now, Mark.
I didn't know you'd moved schools.
Not a big reader of University News Monthly, I see.
Kind of been gone for a few months.
I can't decide which is worse, your grades or your attendance. You've missed most of the fall semester.
I didn't want to, sir.
If I was any other dean, you'd already be suspended. But I know about your father, and I can only imagine how difficult it's been since he's passed.
Sir.
But you need to make a choice, Mark.
Yeah.
If it's college, then commit to that. If it's not, then commit to something else. But make a decision.
I want to stay at Upstate, sir.
I'm not sure I believe you.
Yeah, I'm not
But I'll
sure he
give
knows
you a month
himself.
to prove me wrong.
Shit. So Immortal goes. Donald wants to go.
My memories
And
erased.
fucking Mark's
No,
making that
cure them with
decision
trauma.
too now.
You thought it would slow you down.
Good lord.
Stop you from doing your job right.
Even without any other influence, the fucking
your call.
government's falling apart.
It's always been your call.
Do it.
I'll tell the team.
Nice. Nice.
14 offers. I think we'll be able to get at least 150 over asking.
I mean, the market's hot, but you always seem to make your listings even hotter. It's just, you're doing a great job, Debbie.
I feel like I'm finally back in the groove. Thanks for the lift, Paul.
Nice.
See you tomorrow.
And this guy's obviously got the hots
Debbie?
for Debs. Why'd I say Debs? Debbie.
I was wondering if you'd like to have dinner with me sometime.
That's
I mean,
very,
not tonight, obviously.
Very forward.
Oh,
Offer a drink first or something.
No, that's fine. You're stupid. I'm stupid. We work together. I'm sorry.
How's Thursday?
Well, at least someone's getting their life together again.
Oh, I missed you, Oliver. Did you have a fun day?
Oh yeah,
We
Oliver.
learned
I
about
forgot to write his name
animals.
down.
And little Oliver here is learning them all so quickly. I'm quite serious. He picks up things quicker than any child I've ever worked with. Have you noticed any
Powers?
powers? No, not yet. And there's no guarantee that he'll even get them, but if I had to put money on it, I'd say they'll come earlier than they did with Mark. I'm
lot
learning that
earlier.
everything happens earlier with Oliver. See you tomorrow.
Oh, hey. Hi, April.
Mark, nice to see you. Your little brother, quite the fast learner. Come here. How's school? How's Amber? Oh, I see.
Yeah, they've kind of flipped it now, where Mark is kind of...
I thought telling
he's
Amber the
sinking
truth would
further and
fix
further, while
everything.
Debbie's finally starting to recover a bit.
But it hasn't.
I'm still a terrible boyfriend. She just knows why now. I don't know if that's better or worse.
It's better. It's always better to know the truth.
When you and Dad first met, you dated, right?
Yes, we dated. What, did you think we just met, got married, and had you?
No, but what was it like? For you, I mean.
Well, it was thrilling. He literally swept me off my feet. I mean, I was dating a superhero.
I wonder how long it took for him to
He
reveal
was
that.
so much fun back then. He was so clueless, too.
Yep.
He brought me a tree once instead of flowers. He thought it was the same thing, but better. I had to teach him so much about Earth. It made us more equal.
That does sound kind of romantic, I guess.
He was also gone for so much of our time together. I was lonely. A lot. When you came along, I thought that would help. And I love you, but it's not the same. It was hard having to parent by myself for weeks at a time. And even now, with Oliver, your dad's not here. Not that I would want him here, but still. Is it really a relationship if you're mostly alone?
Do you ever wish you'd never met Dad?
No. No, because I wouldn't have you. Or Oliver. Even if it's just the three of us now.
It's so crazy how quickly she has...
What if you didn't have us?
...accepted Oliver.
No,
I thought it'd
I
take a
don't
lot
know.
longer, honestly.
Oh, thank God you're here. Mark wasn't answering his phone. I didn't know who else to call.
Oh no.
Rough.
Hey, Rick.
Do you think this is high enough?
Don't talk like that.
I don't know. Might not be high enough anymore.
Rick, you remember me, right?
Hi, Donald. Please don't come any closer.
Of course, I won't. But maybe you could come off that ledge? Tell us what's wrong.
What's wrong? What's wrong is D.A. Sinclair took me apart and the government put me back together again, but they left things out. I'm missing parts of me, and I don't know what to do.
I know how you're feeling.
No, you don't. How could you?
Because I've died a lot more than you have.
Did he get you too?
No. But others like him did. Then the GDA rebuilt me just like they rebuilt you.
Yep.
So we both should have died.
I did. I've died 39 times.
Oof.
So far.
39
That's how many times they brought me back,
That's
even though there was
crazy.
less of me to save each time. I don't know the official number, but I think I'm about 98% machine.
How?
And yet you're still able
How
to be
can
you.
live with that?
I couldn't. I had them erase my memory. But that was a mistake. The two of you are helping me to see that now.
How?
Each time I died, each time I was put back together, it was because I helped make this world a little better. You did the same when you fought back against Sinclair, when you saved Invincible and William's lives. We're not our bodies. We're the decisions we make, the lives we change, the
Yeah, we
people
have a soul
love,
and all that.
or who love us.
All that good
I
stuff.
don't need to forget that.
Flesh, blood,
Neither
nuts
do
and
you.
bolts, it doesn't make a difference.
Rick, come off the ledge.
I also don't even think that would have worked, honestly. Given Cecil's people made him.
Phones off, earpiece out. Nothing under my clothes.
Okay.
So, no interruptions, no calls to go save the world. It's just us tonight.
I have serious ethical concerns with this.
No, it's fine. I talked to the Guardians, and they said they'd cover for me. And I made a deal with Cecil to guarantee me 2 nights a week off going forward. Wasn't
Wow.
happy about it, but
2
he needs
nights
me,
a week,
so,
huh?
you know,
Unfortunately, Cecil's getting desperate now to where he has
I
to
know it
make
hasn't been easy
deals.
but I'm making a
Lost
choice.
Immortal, that's a
that
pretty big
choice
blow.
is you.
Can't lose our only Viltrumite.
Well, that's definitely not ethical. But maybe I'm cool with that.
What do you have in store? One life away we can't explore. But I don't want to get in the way no more. Cause it's the type of feeling you can't ignore it. I'm ready to break down the door, settle the score. I can't let you go. Unless you smile on your face. Know that I la the taste. Told me once thing how it's crazy.
Very risky, this, honestly. No mask or anything.
Don't you get me started now. I want it, yes, I don't want maybes. Cause they leave me where you found me.
Nice.
Don't leave.
Like I said, I mean, there is complications, and there's still gonna be complications, and I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. They keep going back and forth on it being good, and then it ruined, and then it messing up again. I'm like so conflicted about this relationship. I genuinely just, I don't know how to feel. I really don't.
But what about clothes?
Easy. You sit on my back, and I can hold a suitcase in each hand.
Spring break in Hawaii, huh?
That's pretty cool.
How do we afford the hotel?
I hear they have the best camping in Hawaii.
Wow.
So there's some problems even being a superhero doesn't solve.
I should ask Cecil for a salary. Should I ask Cecil for a salary?
I mean, then you'd really be working for him.
Yeah.
That's true.
Maybe I can get a part-time job.
But it wouldn't
instead.
hurt.
They have a job board
That's
at the
more
student union.
time
I made
taken
friends
away
with a
from
few
Amber.
people there. I think I'm gonna run for the executive committee next year. What?
Nothing. You're gonna have to help me get my grades back up.
Ooh. Well, I have this secret technique I could share with you. It's called studying.
Studying. Yeah. Knew
I've
she's
heard of
gonna
that.
say that.
But isn't there someone I can punch instead?
Shockingly, there's some situations you can't punch your way out of.
Mark Grayson. Invincible. Come with
Oh, fuck!
This woman dies.
Oh, fuck! And that's a
Did you
Viltrumite.
hear me?
Mark?
Whoa, 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 hey. Who are you?
Look at the...
My name is Anissa.
Look at the clothing,
and I'm an
man.
agent of the Viltrum Empire.
Obviously.
And if you think you can cross the space between us before I tear this woman's head from her body, you're welcome to try.
Interesting they sent a new
What do you
character.
want? To talk? Somewhere we can speak alone?
Okay.
Such a nice date.
Leave
and then it...
without hurting her or anyone else. I'll meet you above us in the sky.
Be quick. Otherwise, I will return here and everyone dies.
Do they freeze for everyone?
Beginning
Like,
with
why is no one looking at them? Yeah, because even Amber reacted to that. What just happened?
It's okay, I'm sorry.
That was pretty fucked. Do you still want this life? This kind of boyfriend?
Come back.
Cecil! Are you there? Cecil!
Didn't you hear me? I said I only wished to speak.
That hasn't been my experience with Viltrumites so far.
How little you know of your own people.
They're not my people.
We cannot let this become another Chicago, people. Get me everything that you can on her.
Oh, we are your people. You simply do not accept it yet.
We're doing everything we can in case this turns ugly, Mark. But we don't have a lot of good options.
Yeah, especially with Immortal being MIA.
What do you want?
We've studied this planet.
Good for you.
Human civilization has less than an 18% chance of surviving the next 2 centuries without the loss of billions of lives.
Is that a threat?
That is the truth.
That is,
the powerful of this world destroy their own home.
This is
strip
without the
resources for
Viltrumite
themselves.
influence.
Large areas of this planet will soon be uninhabitable due to human greed.
Yeah, I know.
Yet here you are, hands and fists worried about stopping me instead of stopping them.
It's complicated.
No, it isn't. We have the technology to repair their climate, feed their hungry, punish their criminals. We will save more of their lives in a single year than you could in 100.
That's honestly
this planet
some
and its
pretty
people.
fair
Do you
arguments
not
right
see
there. Not quite sure what you can say to
At
that.
least I don't kill.
Yet you let thousands die every day you resist Viltrumite rule. Or do those human lives not matter?
She's spitting nothing but facts,
Based on
honestly.
bone and muscle density scans, the simulations give Mark a less than 18% chance of surviving a combat encounter with her.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that poetic?
Cecil, I'm in the middle
How many of my new reanimator are ready for the field right now?
the field. I don't...
Answer the goddamn question, Sinclair.
None. None are ready for the field. We agreed on a schedule, and it...
Sir.
What?
Satellites are picking up a behemoth-class kaiju. South Pacific. Closing fast on a passenger cruise liner.
Shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Viltrumites do not kill for pleasure, even if they sometimes take pleasure in killing. Dead humans do not benefit us in any way.
Let's see if she means that. There's a cruise ship about to get eaten a few thousand miles southwest from you. Tell her you need to go save those humans she loves so much.
Look, there's a ship in danger. I need to go help. If you mean everything you're saying, you won't try to stop me.
I will accompany you.
Fair enough. I knew that
I
was
wish
coming.
To see how strong the son of Nolan is.
This is such a weird situation right now. Like, what are we even doing? Is she helping or just spectating? And there's the thing, nothing of what she said is wrong.
Wait here.
Probably thinking, if you can't beat this thing, maybe you aren't even worth the time of day. Pretty good hits, though. Is she thinking he's just untrained and unskilled? I wonder if she's gonna kill it herself just to prove how insanely outclassed he is. Crap. Or I guess she might save the boat. Yeah, what do you even do now? The ship's been crushed, even if you kill the monster. Nice! That's why they wear white, because red doesn't even matter.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Humans were dying, so I took action. Much like our Empire will do when it controls Earth.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, shit.
There's an island 3 miles due east.
Well, at least it's tropical, I guess.
Thanks. Thanks for the help.
Look how
You and the others
disappointed she
listening
is.
to us are welcome.
This is a Viltrumite? Like, this guy's weak as shit.
I see you care a great deal about this planet and its inhabitants.
It's kind of my thing.
But this must make the decision clear. All these humans would have died if I was not here. Viltrumite occupation would make events like this a thing of the past. Be the Viltrumite you're supposed to be. Be your father's son.
Oof. No. I'm not one of you. Maybe humanity's not perfect, and maybe we mess things up a lot. But we need to make our own decisions. Even if they're sometimes wrong.
After argument and logic and all these saved lives, you still cannot see the truth?
I think you should go now.
Careful, Mark. She's a lot stronger than you.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that we started with reason.
Then you can't even react in time. Yeah, something tells me this girl will not hold back in the way that Nolan did. And you've still never successfully beat a Viltrumite. Pathetic. Wow.
You dare interrupt your education?
I was never a good student.
Jesus. This is nothing but Mark just getting his ass handed to him. Bad.
The Guardians are on their way, but their ETA is 22 minutes. Backup hero teams are standing by, but...
It'd be like feeding them to wolves. What else?
1 carrier group with a boomer and 20 fighters, 3 orbital gravity weapons, 2 long-range Q bombers, but she moves too fast. Quicker than Nolan, even. They could be 1,000 miles away before we even get there.
So this girl's even above Nolan.
Might all by our lonesome and we're fucking useless.
Sir, there's another option.
Go on.
You
Can't be
have a
talking about
mission
himself, can he?
assigned to you by your true people. You will complete it.
Mark, listen to me. Say you'll do it. Say fine. I'll take over the planet. You can't beat her, kid. Say it. Get her to leave and we'll get ready for these assholes together.
No.
Fucking idiot.
Kid.
Like, see, like, what are you going to do, man? She might actually just kill you right now. Which is the scary thing, like, yeah. Obviously, he's not gonna die, But this is just an example. This is one Viltrumite.
This is your last chance to show me you can learn.
Just say the goddamn words, Mark.
Do it. Either you need me, or you don't. Make up your mind.
Damn. Well, either way, she knocked you down. Wonder if she just can't kill one of her own. Regardless of what she feels for humanity. She just doesn't want to kill a Viltrumite.
But soon, another will come. And if he finds you still resistant to your destiny, he will demonstrate the error of your ways, and this whole planet will pay the price.
Yeah.
I pray you come to your senses before then.
Shit.
Sir, she's leaving the atmosphere, picking up speed and heading towards deep space.
Well, thank fucking God.
Yeah, for
Keep
real.
Watch. If she's still going in 10 minutes, tell everyone to stand down.
Mark, man, it's time to just know your limits, you know?
You really rolled the dice on that one, Mark. All over a few words.
It's more than just words. She was strong. I'm not sure I could stop her if she started killing people.
Well, we're gonna figure out a
You
way to
definitely
change
couldn't
that.
stop her. Look at Nolan.
Those nights off you wanted? I'm afraid that's a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you gotta come back to her looking like that. Yeah. Yeah, this just doesn't work. I'm sorry, but the Amber Mark thing, it's just not gonna work. I'm sorry. I have such little faith in them actually staying a ship at this point that we honestly might as well just get off of it.
How did she find us?
I don't know.
The Viltrumites.
Could she do it again?
Yes.
Maybe.
And next time you might
Her
be...
hand was like... It's like iron on my neck. Like, she could have pulled me apart in a second.
Next time there won't be a warning.
I couldn't move. I could barely
You
breathe.
might just be the example.
Yeah, it was the same for me.
I don't know how this works, Mark.
What do you mean?
I'm just not made like you.
Amber.
No, stop. This isn't about being brave or strong. I know I'm those things. This is different. I have no agency, Mark. Who am I to be upset or sad or feel anything when you're literally saving the world, when you disappear for months at a time, when I'm alone again instead of being with my boyfriend?
Are they actually going to break up right now?
I don't want to be that person. I hate that person, but my life matters too.
Are they actually going to...
Maybe it's small, maybe it's not
Gonna do it?
earth-shattering, but it matters. And it doesn't matter when I'm with you. Worse than that, it's a weapon someone can use against you like that woman did.
It honestly feels like we're going to break them up right
I
now.
wanted to kill her for putting a hand on you. I could feel it bubbling up, the parts of me that are like my dad. I don't know who I'd become if you were hurt. My mom was always worried about my dad, and he'd always tell her everything was going to be fine. But he was lying. Every time. And he knew it. I can't do that. I can't say those words.
This isn't going to change, is it?
It's only going to get
I can't
worse.
live in your world.
This is the fucking
want to.
prologue.
I really tried, but I can't.
They did it, didn't they? And yeah.
So how does this work, Mark?
I don't know.
You break up.
Maybe that's an answer.
And you stay apart. The enemy knows you, and they know your weak spot now.
Me too.
They may not be willing to kill you, but they most definitely are willing to kill her. Yeah, of course she heard about that.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mark.
Oh, fuck. He doesn't even know this guy! He doesn't even know this guy! It's so fucking silly. Also, is that blast even anything? I thought he could only do portals. Is that just a portal threat? Like a bait?
Well? I see.
The boy refuses both reason and heritage.
You mean you failed to convince him?
General, he is poisoned, just like his father.
Yeah. Again, with their perception of Earth now, they might just fucking destroy the planet, seeing it as a lost cause. Oh my god. Hello, Alan.
Did they see me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think they saw me.
Didn't we kill you earlier? Don't just take it.
Huh. Last time that hurt a lot more.
Guess it worked. Oh, blood! Yes, you can beat a Viltrumite! Which means they're probably gonna gun you down instantly.
No Unopin is that strong.
Guess your research is out of date.
You are coming.
You can even avoid
with
the
us.
hits.
Our prison scientists will cut you open until we find the source of your strength.
You want
I love how cocky he is now! Just give me like the side like, really, bitch? We're gonna do this? Okay.
Foolish Unopin.
Did he actually just get... Okay. Interesting. That's a very big risk there. You are taking an astronomical risk right now, Alan. I don't know what he's gonna do. Try to bust out Nolan? Does he even know he's in there? Or try and get more information on the specifics of the books? It's gotta be one of those two, right? Like, why else would he let himself just be captured like that? Unless he's so cocky now, he thinks he can actually take on that many Viltrumites at once. I don't want to imagine he's that, like, cocky, but I guess we'll see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, very nice stuff. This is going to be one fucked up climax. Alright guys, and we are back. So that was episode 7 of Invincible, the penultimate episode to the season. Very interesting. The common theme throughout this episode is the relationships and the discourse that our characters are all going through. You know, because you have the most prominent, Amber and Mark, which, you know, is a bit of a strange one, you know, because I've been seeing it through and through at this point, that this relationship is not going to last very long in the grand scheme of things, and it seems like we're there. We didn't get 100% confirmation, but it seems more than likely now that Amber and Mark are pretty much over. You know, finally making the decision that, you know, while it's right to, you know, support Mark, and she understands why he is away all the time, it's become to the point to where it's becoming a lot more real, the implications of that, the effects of that. the danger of that is becoming more prominent now. This is the first time that a villain has specifically used Amber as a tool against Mark and straight up just threatened death, like, and from an enemy that we know, the characters know, and Mark himself knows that he cannot stop, and the prominent threat of the Viltrumites are coming, which, we still know about. So it's making sense now why Amber would be shook to her core as her first true kind of experience and potential of death, that this would shake her to her core and really shake her convictions when it comes to, being with Mark as a partner. Because obviously, while it's easy to, be a support system, when your own life is in danger, the true implications of what Mark goes through on a daily basis is very real. And like it or not, the reality is that Amber isn't a superhero. She has no powers, no defense, no durability, nothing that would have actually stopped that that threat from happening if Mark did not make the right steps there. Not even Mark himself, despite being literally a table side away. So I assume we're done now. Like I said, this season did make it clear. It's been one of the most prominent storylines in the season, just that, Amber and Mark's relationship is going to shit, to the point where it was honestly starting to feel a little bit repetitive, as every scene we had with them, went from them trying to work together. We got some good moments in there, but every single time ended with Cecil or someone else calling Mark and becoming invincible again, playing on that trope that, he always gotta go away. And, it was getting a little, like, sus to watch, I won't lie, because I always knew at this point where it was going to go, and so, yeah. So, I'm assuming it's done. It might be official next episode, whatever, depending on what's going on with that. But I don't see Mark and Amber really lasting much longer, if the implication is not already that they are broken up, So, yeah, that's pretty much done. Like I said, if they want to go with Eve, again, like, the vibe did kind of seem there. It did kind of seem that there was a bit of an interest there. But obviously that's for stuff much later down the line that I assume it's not going to come up anytime soon, because despite the fact that Eve seemed like she was going to be important with the, with the Eve special, and it was a great special, don't get me wrong, she's not done much this season. She's done about as much as last season, surprisingly. So, a little unfortunate, as I really thought Eve was going to take more of a prominent main character role this season. But it is what it is, We have other stuff in there. Obviously, we have Rudy and Monster Girl, or Amanda. I don't lie, I don't fully get, like, her reason for not wanting help. I get it. Rudy is definitely saying the wrong things and using the wrong terminology to make things seem a lot worse and make her seem a lot more fragile than she is. Terms like fixing you instead of helping you, that kind of stuff. It seemed like we were building up on that, but, with their first ever date. But the more that they've spent time together, the more it seems like they're just getting worse and worse down the rabbit hole. Which does suck. And to be honest, I'm kind of with Rudy on this one. I get it, he's bad at communicating and whatnot, but his ideas sound, like, at the very least, Amanda's gotta get to a point to where she can start going weeks at a time without needing to become the monster. And if nothing else, a robot monster, like a Hulkbuster or something like that, would be good. Even if you don't use it all the time, it's still a good substitute to not use the monster form every time. And slowly but surely, even if it's not really substantial, it'll definitely keep her around as she is longer than what's going on right now. Because they even kind of made the joke, like, yeah, how long until she's fucking not even a teen anymore? How long until she's in, fucking nappies? How long until, even more complications of a development comes up? And it's like, the Guardians are getting called on more and more these days, and they're even losing more and more, which is sus. So what are we gonna do here? So it is kind of weird. I do find her a little interesting right now. I get it could be the denial, it could be the fear, that Rudy might be right, and it could be, the frustration of not wanting to really, like, learn more. It could also be the body itself affecting her, like, when she's mentally, I think, 25, 26, something like that. But obviously, at that age anyway, you're going to be very rebellious, you're going to get frustrated easily, so it could be just her undeveloped body, or developing body, I should say, is just fucking with her thought process and decision making in general. So I'm not sure. Like I said, we haven't gone too far with that relationship yet, and we got sparks of it going somewhere, but it's kind of crashing and burning before it's even really taken off, which is very strange. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that yet, but hopefully we get a little more on that in the next episode. And then, of course, there's others as well. Like there's Immortal, who actually wants to quit being a Guardian because he's so broken about about Kate dying now, which is crazy. Pretty much the entire hero government support system is crumbling now, and Cecil, he's losing his best fighters. Immortal's kind of on forced vacation right now. Mark is at the point to where he wants to, be invincible less and less to spend time with Amber and focus on his own life. So, and he's absolutely the strongest hero the Earth has at this point, which, means that Cecil stuff is kind of crumbling apart, on top of Donald, who wanted to stop everything and wanted to give up as well. Those are a lot of big characters that Cecil would lose, and obviously he can't let that happen, because the current Guardians are not enough to take on half the threats the world has without Invincible and without Immortal. On top of the fact that he doesn't have control over Eve either. Those are the three most powerful heroes in the world, and he can't control them, or even really rely on them much anymore, which is kind of crazy. So that's pretty sus. And on top of, the most dangerous point in human history, very possibly, with the I almost said the Golra Empire, with the Viltrumite Empire on its road. I do like how we kind of left this in the grey area in terms of the conquest, because I get every point the Viltrumite made, the girl made, and I'm kinda on her side, to be honest. It goes into the question of, is it better to be controlled, lose free will, but to prosper, and assure the survival of our species, right? Like, it's not even just a survival thing. Earth would prosper through, Viltrumite technology, both in the climate and the medicine technology and everything. They would prosper, but they would no longer have control of themselves or their planet at that point. Or is it better to have free will to make our own choices with the knowledge that it will eventually kill us all? It's that morally great question that I don't think has a exact correct answer to, but it's interesting to pick a side on it. And to be honest, I'm kind of seeing the benefits of the Viltrumite side more than I am the Earth side. Like, can you blame me? The entire series at this point has been demonstrating how fucked Earth is, not just from outside threats, but kind of to its own threats as well, since Nolan killed the Guardians. Earth can barely take care of itself now of the monsters that pop up. So, having Viltrumites as guardians and leaders does seem like a benefit, for the type of place that we are at now. It does seem like a benefit, and Mark is pretty effective. He is nothing to even one Viltrumite, to one that's, been challenged their entire life, that fights, and grows with other Viltrumites. He's just fuck all. So there's very little we can actually do here to, to defend or even, like, go against them, really, Like I said, our only hope is the books that Alan has now that he'll get off to the council. But even then, like, those are very small, like, forces of hope against an entire planet's race. So I don't know. And there's also the possibility again that Viltrumite just says, "Fuck Earth, it's corrupting our own soldiers," right? Like, it's too dangerous of a planet to be left alone, so they could just nuke it. That's no possibility. It's just saying, "Fuck Earth, it's going, and we're not having any more discussion on it." I could see that happening as well. But we'll get, the Viltrumite stuff I don't see happening, soon. We have a current predicament and crisis in the form of Angstrom, who's finally made himself known to Mark and has finally decided to target Debbie and Oliver. That's going on now that he's done his whole thing on learning about Viltrumite's weaknesses and is pretty much certain he can ascertain Mark's weaknesses. He is the next current threat, and so we're going to build on that in the next episode. But, you know, in terms of the Viltrumite stuff, I can see us getting more of Alan in the next one, since he's been taken to their headquarters, which we know that Nolan is at, so we might get a team-up breakout of Nolan and Alan. Close names. Right there. As well as the knowledge of Alan, you know, asking, like, are these books real? Like, what is the deal with this? You're the author, like, give some information, you know? So we have two powerful potatoes that possibly could outdo them. Obviously, they're not going to murder every Viltrumite, but Alan has some kind of ploy, because he doesn't even know Nolan's there. So he has some kind of plan in getting captured by them. And I'm really curious to see how him and possibly Nolan as well are going to do. Because Nolan's not dying. Not yet. Not at this point, you know. It's more likely that he's going to break out. Possibly go to the council. Possibly go back to Earth. You know, we'll see what happens there. And it's even funnier now because with how irreversible the damage has been to Earth in Season 2, we're almost at a point to where, regardless of Nolan's sins and the damage he's done, Cecil's not in a position to reject him. Like, he has to accept the help because, literally, there's nothing left at all to help against the Viltrumites. So, we'll see. We'll definitely see what's going on there. Obviously, Angstrom is the immediate threat. I don't know if he's going to be out next episode, because, again, this is literally Mark's first fucking encounter with the guy. Like, the build-up for him has not been the same as the build-up for Nolan at the end of Season 1. Because obviously Mark has next to no knowledge of who Angstrom... He doesn't even know who Angstrom even is. Like, he completely forgot about that encounter with the Moller twins, like, right after it happened. So he doesn't even know the guy he created, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how that picks up in the season finale. I'm very curious to see how this is going to work. You know, portals to the multiverse. That's a great superpower. And I'm going to be really curious to see how the hell you actually fight someone like this, especially someone that's done obscene research on how to actually take you down. You know, I'd say this is probably a bigger threat than Nolan, honestly, than Season 1, but again, this is an interesting case because for Mark, this is literally coming out of nowhere. He has no knowledge of Angstrom, no idea why he wants him dead, no idea what the deal is with him or his power. Like, this is just so out of left field that it's kind of crazy it's even happening right now, I can't lie. But yeah, so we have some big stuff going forward. You know, we have some big stuff going forward. One episode to go until Season 3, I guess, comes out, whenever the hell that might be. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So guys, that's going to do it for this video of Invincible. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. And I'll see you guys next time when we do the Season 2 finale of Invincible and finish Invincible off until the foreseeable future. So, I'll see you then. Hey guys, Kickassreaction here, and today we are doing the Season 2 finale of Invincible. So yeah, a lot of different possibilities can occur in this episode. It's not quite a clear-cut, dry episode as, you know, going into episode 8 of the Season 1 finale would be. Many different, you know, plot lines and things can come up in this one, as well as the ending credits, which will most likely tease what's going to come in Season 3. Angstrom is the immediate threat to Mark specifically, but I don't know if this will be a whole episode type of thing, right? Like, the build-up has been there since the first episode with Angstrom and his vengeance against Mark and whatnot, but he hasn't been a core focus of the season, just kind of a background threat we know is coming, you know, and kind of unsure of when that would actually come to fruition. It's not a case of with Omni-Man where we kind of built him up throughout the entirety of the season and whatnot. But we're in a arguably more... or an arguably worse position than we were in the end of Season 1, due to the other effects going on in the season without Angstrom's influence, you know. The Cecil's group, you know, the Guardians of the Globe, have kind of fallen apart, you know. 2 members are completely out of commission. Immortal's wanted to just kind of stop entirely because he's been broken so many times he can't really fight anymore. Mark has obviously wanted to shy away from the idea of being invincible entirely for the sake of Amber, but I don't think that's really gonna... Unfortunately for him, I don't think that's gonna really work out, you know. I still do think 100% that they're gonna be broken up and, you know, Mark's gonna fall even deeper down. you know, that stuff's going on. Eve as well isn't really a factor right now. You know, she's not really doing a whole lot either. Ironically, the guy that's kind of working the best right now to kind of build morale is fucking Rex, which is pretty funny to think about, honestly. That's actually kind of funny. I like it. But yeah, I'm in a pretty bad position right now. I don't think we're going to get too much on the way of the Viltrumites in this one. We're probably going to get some Nolan stuff going on there, seeing what they want to do with Alan, considering he is now a threat that is able to kill a Viltrumite, and obviously they cannot have that. So Alan's going to go in, probably assess / try and destroy the entire ship, you know, and possibly kill a few Viltrumites in the process. He doesn't know that Nolan is on that cruise at the moment anyway, so when they do end up meeting one another again, I'm curious if we'll get an alliance for them to break out and possibly go back to Earth, or for Nolan to go to the council, you know, to give some more info on Viltrumite and their weaknesses specifically. And yeah, that's kind of the most of the Viltrumite stuff I'm assuming we're gonna get in this episode. But I still think it is gonna happen, and I'm still very curious to see what the effects of that are gonna be. You know, in terms of the rest of the stuff, you know, I'm just saying, I do think it is a possibility that Debbie does die in this one. There is still the thing about her reuniting with Nolan and seeing what that's going to do, considering that she is starting to go down the path of, you know, she's starting to finally get over the betrayal of Nolan and start to get her life back together again. But I still think it's a possibility that doesn't come to fruition right now, and that we just have Angstrom kill her to add to Mark's further despair and add to his life continuing to spiral down, since while Debbie's kind of going on that upper hill right now, Mark is kind of slowly descending. You know, his personal life as Mark is falling apart between the stress of going on, you know, of constantly being called by Cecil, between the stress of the now Viltrumites, who we know are coming back, you know, and who's pretty much been warned is going to be a lot more vicious and violent than what the girl was going to be, you know. This would be a push to honestly take Mark down a much more cynical route and a much more violent act as a darker hero, which I think would be crazy if, you know, if Debbie does go in this one. But we'll see. You know, I can't even say specifically I think that Angstrom's going to be gone in this season. I feel like he has the possibility of still returning because of his power was still kind of crazy. But I'm not quite sure. You know, there are other factors in here, such as the Guardians. The Molar twins might even come back. I don't think they've been in any episodes since 4. And for them, that's actually quite a long time they haven't, you know, for them to be gone. So I guess we'll see about that, considering they created, you know, had a hand in creating Angstrom right now. I guess we'll actually see. But yeah, either way, I'm really excited to get into this episode. A lot of different factors can occur in this one. A lot of different paths can be taken. And I'm just wondering if we're going to end even shittier than what we were at the end of Season 1. That was a very despair-inducing chaos episode, and can Season 2 go even further than that? I'll be very curious to see. So guys, without further ado, we are going to get into this. Episode 8. The grand finale of Season 2 of Invincible will commence in 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay, we can get up previously. Oh my fucking god, that's actually gonna come up. That is actually coming back. Dude,
maybe they took him there. Where are you even going?
I love how they left that ambiguous on if it was even a gag or a genuine threat. Yeah, I stopped mentioning that, but I still remembered it. Because for this kind of show, you just don't know.
My name is Anissa, and I'm an agent of the Viltrum Empire.
Vanessa.
Killing you is not my task.
Can't live in your world.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
So, there is nothing good to even show anymore.
When are you coming home?
Because there's nothing good going on. Damn. I'm not sure whose robots these are. It's a brawler though. Oh, Nolan. Okay. That's interesting. Is this another flashback? Jesus. Yeah, because these guys aren't beating Viltrumites.
Enough. Krieg.
You came all the way out here for me? Impressive.
You know I wouldn't miss this.
You flatter me.
It seems you've passed inspection. Finally fit for your execution.
Oh. Interesting.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it wasn't entirely clear what was going on there, but I guess they wanted him to be in shape for, like, I guess an honorable death in combat. That's kind of what we're going with here.
Oh god. Oh god. This is gonna kill me. Oh Christ. Come on. You got this. You got this, Taylor. Keep this up. You're gonna feel. You'll feel.
Invincible. You're gonna feel.
You'll feel.
And there it is.
Like $1 million.
Naturally. Wow.
Far enough. There's a chance you could kill me before I snap her neck. I'm not sure. You could try if you like.
I feel like you're exactly
You wanna
sure
take
on
that
that.
risk? Is the Mark Grayson of this dimension a risk taker? It would appear not. Noted for future reference.
I love how
and
he's just
before I
floating.
forget, I'm blocking all signals within these four walls. I wouldn't want us to be interrupted.
Who are you? And
Yeah,
what you
who
want?
the fuck even are you,
We
man?
called you. He said he'd hurt us if we didn't. Mark.
He was talking to me.
Let them go now.
Did you know your identity is public in almost half of the realities you exist in? So careless.
I don't know why you're here.
Yeah.
But I'm warning you.
You really don't remember who I am. Let me help.
It was literally just another day on the
When
job.
we met before, you hadn't done this to me.
Oh God, you're that guy.
That guy?
Yeah.
That's all you remember of me? That I was that guy?
You were literally just another mission.
Angstrom Levy, and you made me into a monster.
I didn't do anything to you. Your machine blew up.
Because of you.
I was gonna save the world. All of them.
You need help. Let me just...
I had help. I had the best doctors in a dozen dimensions. They saved my life, rebuilt my body, but even they couldn't fix this.
Oof.
So now, I'll always have a reminder of you.
Have you
And
tried
what you
doing
did.
it again?
Oh, I agree. Come get me.
Alright, let's see. We haven't seen Angstrom fight, and I'm honestly not quite sure what kind of attacks he even has. Because he's just, yeah, he's just a multiverse traveler. There's a lot you can do with this, though. A lot of changes of scenery you could do in a fight like this.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, yes. Prehistoric age.
My word, how is this possible?
Nice.
It's just the damnedest thing. If I wasn't looking right at it.
I thought sapiens were extinct. I was but a hatchling when I last tasted their succulent flesh.
Oh, you didn't taste a Viltromite, bro. Trust me.
We can share. I smelled it first. It's mine.
Stay back. No one's eating me.
Oh, egad, it speaks. I've never heard tell of a talking sapien.
I don't care if it sings. I only care how it tastes.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna get knocked out.
If it talks, it thinks.
It flies too. Its wings must be invisible.
Definitely not a human, as you're thinking.
I want my taste.
God damn it.
Welcome back.
Oh no.
I like your brother's color. So unique. It'll give him something to talk about at parties. If he lives to attend one. You know, I haven't encountered him in any other reality yet. Isn't that interesting?
If you hurt him,
A lot of the ones you
I
traveled
swear,
to, it
I'll
seems
do
like
what?
you just went to the ones where
Kill me?
Mark joined Nolan.
Of course you would. But don't worry. I have no intention of hurting your brother or your mother. No. Your little family is safe. As long as I don't determine that the only way to hurt you is to hurt them. So do them a favor and die.
Oliver!
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, that reaction time is pretty crazy. Hey, we got a literal fucking Spidey reference up in here. Oh, that's epic. Classic Spideyverse art. Are they allowed to go this far with the reference? Feels like you're breaking some barriers right here.
That's your bad luck, Prof. Ock. Oh, shit. Are you
Prof.
okay?
Ock.
I didn't mean to. Hey, thanks, pal. Let's get this guy webbed up. What? No, are you?
You're not
trying to hurt this old
Spider-Man.
man? Look, I saw the portal. I know you're from another dimension. Got way too much experience with that.
Oh my
Especially
god.
Lately.
Literally
So,
everything
trust
about
me,
him is
I'm the good guy
Spider-Man.
here, and Mr. Mechanical Arms is not. You got glowing red eyes, man. How am I supposed to?
Yeah.
Yep, told you.
So what even is your goal? Just fuck with him until he fights a villain he can't win
You're
against?
okay, Oliver. It's gonna be okay.
There's no way to know that for sure.
I guess this could be the chance where Oliver unlocks his powers.
You said you wouldn't hurt us.
No, I said you were safe. As long as your son suffers and dies like he deserves to. And speaking of...
This is more just troll material than anything right now.
Don't.
I can't believe they went that far though with the reference. How far are they gonna go with maybe other heroes?
I've got a dimension all picked out, where the ground is 8 stories lower than it is here.
You're not gonna hurt them. And you're not gonna hurt me. I don't know what game you're playing, but you're not a killer. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't remember you. But I remember that night. You were trying to save me. Maybe the accident changed you, but you were a good person trying to do a good thing.
Trying to save you? After all the pain and suffering you've caused? The lives you've taken?
But it's not this one, is it?
No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I wouldn't save him.
I like this now because we're going into more of the...
Couldn't.
His mind's starting to break because it's so many Angstroms.
I won't build my utopia with...
And yeah, I guess technically he's not wrong because he did take it off willingly. Mark didn't cause that explosion.
Justice. Justice will come for you. For all the friends we've lost to your senseless cruelty, for all the families you've torn apart, you will reap what
Let's do this, Mark. I missed lunch because of that riot in Bangkok.
Yeah, way ahead of you.
I still hope we one day get a Mark vs. Mark battle. But that's the thing, Angstrom needs is like the connection to the multiverse.
I miss Mommy.
Me too.
So we kind of need him around. Is this actually his son or just a younger
He's so
him?
scared.
Would you tell Chainsaw everything's gonna be...
Oh, that's sick! Holy crap, a cape would do you wonders for him.
Thought you could hide from me?
Oh.
My God.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at you.
Please give our please give our Mark a
You're making me
cape.
feel bad, man. I'll tell you what. I'll kill the boy quickly.
Jesus! Oh my God. Yeah. Losing the plot. Bro, you chose like the Angstroms that suffered the most throughout the multiverse for that bloody operation. That's what I'm saying, like you only visit in worlds where Mark went rogue? Like what the hell? Literally, he is only visiting worlds where Invincible's evil. That ass stuff. Yes. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy God. What's the story of this one?
He's a murderer! A monster! I would never save him. Never! He deserves to die right now!
Nice! Finally getting used to it, huh?
It's over. It'll never be over until I've made you pay for everything you've done.
The one constant is that you always lose to Mark.
Are they?
You want to kill me? Fine. Let them go, and you can take your best shot. All right? I won't even fight back.
Well, that's not entertaining.
I appreciate the offer, but what would be the fun in that?
Yeah.
I am not flying through any more of your stupid portals.
That's cool.
You can't hurt me with that.
Jesus. Jesus Christ. And he knew exactly how long that would take.
Just as stupid in every dimension.
He's literally studied you in so many universes. He knows every way you work. The speed of which you travel. Probably how many tons you can lift. The durability of your skin.
Shit.
That was very risky. You could have opened a portal right there. Another universe, I assume, where Nolan just won. Oh, the classic zombie universe. Nice. This is another classic among multiverses for heroes. So where's Zombie Mark?
Your son is more resilient than I anticipated. Maybe I should leave him somewhere time runs quicker. No, in all my research, I didn't learn how long his kind can go without food.
Damn. Oh, nice.
Not very smart.
Yeah, I get you, Debbie, but the guy creates portals. You can't run from him. You just gotta take him down. Fuck.
Stop this. Please. You think you're innocent in all this?
Tried to stab me. Fuck you.
In so many other dimensions, you join your husband and son when they slaughter millions and make the earth burn. You're a traitor to your own kind. Your family's legacy is blood.
Ugh.
No. Not me. I raised the boy who defied his father and saved this planet. From what you say, these worlds are extremely different. I know the son I raised, and he is no killer.
You sure about that?
You make it sound like this is the one world where Mark is good, and you're the one who's bad.
What?
Oh, that's why you're so
nice.
angry.
Just rip into the
You
fucker.
turned out rotten here, and Mark is the hero for once.
You don't know anything!
Ow. Yeah, come on, Oliver. We're gonna open those Viltrumite genes. Oh!
Trying to save the world.
Oh!
Your son is the monster.
Yeah, when he sees that, you're fucking gone.
It's
You crossed the line now.
okay. I'm okay.
Your attack accomplished.
Oh, you better hope you don't bleed out from that.
I'm going to make your son hurt.
Does this really look like a good guy to you? Can you really call yourself a good guy with all this?
Make this child hurt.
So he opens another portal.
Wow.
As soon as I come out.
Yeah.
With no gap in
Bro
between
has
them,
no
so
case
it's
for being a
just
hero in
tunnel to
any
somewhere
way,
else.
shape, or form.
In some dimensions, time is all weird too, so I don't even know how long it's been. I have no idea what he's done to my mom or my brother.
Much, much worse than you think. Cool.
How did you get here? Where did you come from?
This is the guy the Guardians fought before.
You're a man who dresses like a bat.
Nice,
And your
DC.
name is... Well, yeah, I mean, like, don't you think that's kind of lazy?
Yeah. Can't go too far with the copyright there because that wasn't even parody. That was straight up Batman.
I wasn't in the mood.
It's not been that long though if he's still got his black eye. Nice one.
Mark.
Also, what happened to his costume? Yep, you broke the rules of the game, motherfucker. Jesus, the fact he could even survive that. You broke her arm, you idiot.
Remember those doctors I told you about? The ones who rebuilt my body?
You had them use, like...
They also improved it.
Yeah. You had them use, like, Viltromite genes so you can take on a Viltromite.
Why do you think I sent you across the multiverse? Why do you think I was softening you up? I don't want you to die in some random dimension.
Again, I'm trying to think if all these dimensions are like references to something. It's so nutty how much you can do with portals, though. I love portal work.
Did you think anything less than killing you with my bare hands would satisfy me?
Bro, aren't you getting tired of getting manhandled constantly? It's really time for a name change.
No. This doesn't end until you and your family are dead.
Stop threatening my family!
Nice.
You have no idea what I've been through!
This entire season.
I've been holding back!
Jesus. This entire season I've been suffering, bro. Jesus, the fact he hasn't even broken through his skull yet. Fucking hell! Jesus! Jesus! Holy crap! Dude, you're gonna gonna kill him at this point! But that's what you needed. For the Viltrumite stuff, you needed to stop holding back. Look at how much blood is on him. Holy fuck, he's caked in crimson. You've also kind of just trapped yourself on another dimension. If you just killed him, you're stuck here. Oh, there's brain matter on him. He actually killed him, didn't he? They're not showing his body. Very specifically, not showing the body here.
I thought you were. I thought.
Come on.
I thought you were stronger.
Down. Now, is he talking to himself there, or is he talking to Angstrom? Because either it means he's strong enough to not kill someone, or he didn't realize he couldn't take that much pummel and fucking killed him. And now Mark's stuck in another universe! What the hell? How long did that... What, only 22 minutes of a 53-minute episode?
Ma'am.
You've got to be shitting me.
Okay?
Oliver? Oliver. Oh, thank God.
Debbie. Jesus Christ, what happened?
Cecil. Where's Mark?
I don't know. But let's get you somewhere safe first. You! Get the medics in here. Now!
Yeah. He actually just killed him.
Oh God, oh God, oh God.
And it's so much worse because you're like Nolan now.
I had to kill him. He tried to kill me.
You've said
he's gonna kill my mom and my brother.
You failed to save people before, but you've never
made
actually
me do
taken a life directly.
It was an accident, but he made me do it.
But this is what Nolan
Didn't
tried
wanna
to
kill
breed
him.
into you, to
I
stop
did-
holding
I
back.
had to. I had no other choice.
Yep, and here comes the denial, the self-convincing, or the desperation to convince yourself. Stuck in a nothing universe.
I lost control. I wanted to kill him.
But once you've opened the doors,
What does that make me?
it's a line you can't run back from.
I thought he was stronger. He told me he was stronger. I wanted to kill him, but I didn't know if I could. Oh, God.
Underestimated yourself right there. Oh, and no matter how this goes now, Mark has this fucking on his conscience. Oh, dude, Season 3 Mark is gonna be so hype. If this is what we're sticking with for Mark in this season,
I'm stuck here. I'm stuck forever.
this is
I can't go
hype.
home now. I'm gonna die here.
Unless there's another Angstrom in this universe. Yeah, you're kind of... Oh no. Oh no, he's going hysterical. Oh crap. He's going hysterical.
I kind of won.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good for Mark. Dude, it's the fact that we're like halfway through, and that would just be a perfect end for Season 2 Mark. Honestly, I'd be satisfied if we just ended if we just don't see Mark again in this season. And I honestly feel like Invincible's that kind of show to cliffhang you that hard, right? if he actually just killed Angstrom right there, like, Mark is going to be insane in future seasons, because he's always had the classic, you know, heroes don't kill mentality that every hero mostly has. But now he stepped beyond the line, and that's a line, once it's crossed, you can never go back from. Like, obviously, Mark's been a tool to kill before. He's failed to save people, and Omni-Man's directly used his body, you know, as a tool to kill, but it's never been him directly doing it. But now he's done it. There is blood on his hands, he's caked in crimson, and I'm so curious what the mentality is going to be going forward, because the message from Nolan has been, you need to break that mental curve in order to actually start fighting Viltrumites on a level where you can kill, or you can beat them. And now he's gone past that point where he can do that. Oh, dude, he went through like all the stages of denial right then and there. Like, what the fuck? What is that gonna mean going forward for season 3, Mark? Oh, I honestly, I'm kind of on the side to where I don't want to see Mark again this episode. I feel like that is perfect timing for season 3. It is. And now we're going into Viltrumite stuff again with Alan and Nolan. Let's go on. Already hearing him getting his ass handed to him.
The council states that in order for a Viltrumite to be executed, he must be whole and intact, worthy to stand and face the end of his life at full strength. But they say nothing of bruises. Return him to his cell.
Well, bruises kind of cause you to
General
flinch
Krieg.
and weaken you a little bit, you know.
Wait.
Sir, please. I've looked up to you since I was a child.
Aww.
Don't make me hurt you.
He'll go on his own.
I merely wanted to stand. I'll walk out of here on my own.
Don't try anything.
I accepted my fate long ago.
Move, scum!
Hey, bro. It's been a while.
Cut me some slack. Jeez. Holy crap. My plan worked.
What?
Oh.
Remember me?
Yes. Why are you here?
Face front, you Nobin.
For you, man. I'm here for you.
Oh, he came for Nolan specifically. Interesting. I guess, yeah, it was very strange why he even bothered going on a Viltrumite ship, but fair enough. Fair enough.
As far as the eye can see, nothing.
Is this even Earth?
You've really done it this time, Mark Grayson. Just keep on ignoring the fact that you killed someone. That's helping you keep it together. I don't think talking to yourself is the best thing right now.
Time to
But it's
mourn
not like
and
you got
whatnot
anyone
later.
else to talk to, right? So inside your head, outside your head, what's the difference?
Oh my god. Bro's going crazy.
Has to be.
And I'm loving it.
Somewhere on this planet, there's gotta be something. Maybe something on Angstrom's body. Maybe his body could somehow still...
Oh, a portal. Is this a different Angstrom? What the fuck? What? Okay, this universe is... Jesus, this is way older.
Whoa.
Mark. You look terrible.
Older Eve, though. Hello.
Eve, is that you?
Not changed the fashion at all.
Yes, just not the me you know. Not anymore, at least.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. I did something horrible.
We know. The only logical reason for you to be stuck in this dimension would be if you injured or killed Angstrom Levy during your fight.
Yeah, robot
We
looks a
knew
little
this long
beefier
ago.
as well than the usual robots we see.
It just happened.
Maybe for you. For us, it was 20 years ago.
It took us that long to find this dimension. Luckily, by that time, there were 4 working time machines in Guardian custody.
What the hell?
The world we come from, the world where you've been missing all these years.
This is actually their universe. What the fuck?
We've already said too much. Any more and we could disrupt the time stream. Mark, I'm opening a portal that will send you home.
His home or future home?
Oh, thanks. I don't know if I would have survived here.
You seem very unconcerned.
But you wouldn't like what you had become.
Fair enough. Interesting. So, Eve joined the Guardians. Rex is gone. Shrinking Girl's gone, and Immortal never came back.
Mark, wait. I love you, Mark. I have for a very long time, and when you disappeared, I was devastated. I should have told you.
Subtle, guys! Very subtle! I wasn't thinking we pushed this like that.
Don't tell me. Tell her. Tell her you love her. Or tell her you don't love her. Just tell her something. Tell her something so that she can go on.
Jesus, I didn't think we'd go through this right now.
Go.
I mean, the vibes were there, but we're pushing something quite quick, guys. Like, right after Amber breaking up. Ah, that's why it's an Iron Man suit now.
I suppose you weren't paying attention when we discussed not damaging the time stream.
Shut up, Rex.
Oh, that's Rex. What happened to Rudy then? I'm so confused on that timeline. But that is kind of hype, because I do kind of ship even Mark quite a bit.
She's doing good, and all she's done is ask about you.
I've liked Amber
What about Oliver?
more and more, but
scratch on the kid.
Eve, bro.
I'll give you some time.
Thanks, Cecil. I appreciate everything.
Always.
God, I love Cecil. He's like one of the top characters for me. I really hope the fandom likes Cecil as well. It'd be kind of crushing to think if he's a hated character.
Oh God.
And now your match.
Mom.
I'm okay, Mark. Is it over?
It's insane.
Oh, Mark.
Angstrom's already out, though. Really crazy. Now you need a
for some
vacation.
alone time, this isn't the most secluded place in the world, kid. You didn't have a choice. Don't beat yourself up over it.
Nice.
You're not your dad, Mark.
You weren't there. I lost it. I just lost it. I crossed the line, Cecil, and I...
Can't take that one back.
You didn't cross the line. You kept your mom and your brother safe. End of story.
I don't know, Cecil.
Stop. Mark, look at me. If the bad guys are dead and the good guys are alive, that's a good day.
How do you know the difference?
Well, the bad guys are usually ones who break people's arms. Go home. Get some rest. You're not him.
You weren't there.
But it was glorious either way, honestly. We finally gonna do something with these
Any
two?
help?
Making a sandwich?
I'm sorry, I was just... Can we talk?
Make it fast. My bread's getting soggy.
Amanda, I'm still learning to navigate the world of in-person interactions.
Well, it shows.
And for that, I apologize. But your transformations are a problem. You've expressed that yourself. And I fix problems. It's what I'm good at. It's who I am. I care for you, so I wanted to fix your problem.
But the way
I'm
you're
sorry
saying
if
it
along
is
the way I became
sussy.
a problem myself.
As apologies go, that's not a bad one.
Is that peanut butter and
Okay,
jelly?
I get it. I get that fixing stuff is your thing, and I get that you want to help. Just talk to me first, like a person. Not a broken gadget or computer or whatever. And not just about what's wrong with me. Most days, I'd rather talk about literally anything else.
I think I understand.
Fair enough.
But hey, if you do figure out how to stop me from getting younger, I'd appreciate it.
Understood. So,
I'm kind of hoping you try that
you want me
robot
to
again.
Talk about other stuff as well?
Yeah, you weirdo. Like maybe ask me out on another date sometime.
Oh. Would you like to?
Yes.
So unbelievably awkward. But they didn't even animate a bite coming out of that sandwich. That's the main point of that scene now. What the fuck? Hey, that is a hella retro looking suit right there.
Immortal? I'm sorry, I never told you.
Kate!
What?
I never told anyone. I always kept hidden.
Well, at
I
least
just drew a copy.
At least you're smart.
Just in case.
Because that seemed so obvious.
I was so tired of dying. I was gonna walk away.
That you just keep a
Become someone
clone
else.
somewhere. Keep a spare in the trunk, as
But
you
I
say.
couldn't. Because of you. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner.
It's okay.
Fair enough.
Everything's okay.
I'm glad I was right about that, because that was a little sussy, honestly. I just kind of wish we had more defined powers for some of these heroes. Like, limits for how many clones she can have at once, or whatever.
You got this? I can lift a truck. Well, you know, a small one, at least.
Who'd you get your powers from, anyway?
Grandma, on my mom's side.
Those are
yeah,
some
not a lot of opportunity back then for women like us.
really
willing
weak
to
powers
wear
by
a
today's
bathing suit
standard.
24/7.
Yeah. Like I said,
Shit!
this was either a gag or it was going to be plot relevant. So it may...
Come on, we'll find another way.
Either way did make sense. But now that we're building to this again, I'm really curious what we're going to do with it. Yeesh.
Is that him?
It's someone.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, that's bad.
Who will succumb to my influence? Bow to God! Wait. You're both female?
And?
I must inhabit a living male host to escape the curse of this tomb.
Get fucked.
Sexist.
The hell is Mark just cruising?
I'm strong enough.
Yeah.
I can do this.
It's all I ever wanted for as long as I
Yep,
can
all the
remember.
times he promised himself. Season
I wanna
1.
do what you do. I want to be just like you.
Oh, dude. Season 3, Mark.
You will be, son. You will.
That's gonna be very hype.
You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant being on this planet. You'll live to see this world crumble to dust and blow away. Everyone and everything you know will be gone.
Yep. For what he's doing right now, the Eve confession thing just feels so out of left field.
I'm not my dad. I'm not my dad.
Jesus Christ. Jesus! How fast are you going, my man?
Will be executed, and you will return to Earth. You will assume his mission and prepare the planet for our rule.
Feeling a bit better? Really about to just show everyone you right there. So bad, because yeah, he still loves Amber, and fucking Eve just came out and was like, bro, I love you. That's always like the most awkward, but also the most interesting in terms of writing as to how they play off that. How many times we gotta repair this fucking house?
Gas leak blew up the house across the street last year. Now your place? Oh man, I gotta get my place checked out. Yikes.
Yeah. Can never be too safe.
Good to be home, right, Oliver?
Even the baby's like, fuck.
April, can you get Oliver ready for bed?
Of course. Come on, buddy.
Let's go brush those teeth.
Mom, you okay?
What? Oh, I'll be fine. We should get dinner going. You've got class tomorrow, right?
The cope is strong.
Mark?
And the window's open.
I was coming to say goodnight, but you're not going to be sleeping anytime soon, I see.
Sorry. I got a lot on my mind.
Same. Things are going to be different now, aren't they? I was starting to feel like we were getting close to some version of normal.
You weren't.
But now...
That's just the eternal suffering that is Invincible.
I'm quitting college.
Mark.
Crap.
It doesn't make sense. I'm missing all my classes, and the more I think about it, what's the point? Am I gonna be a dentist? A lawyer? A coder? Why would I do any of that?
I know things have been tough, but this This is your future you're talking about. You can't just quit college.
His future is invincible.
With everything I can do, tell me why I need to go to college.
College does a lot more than just prepare you for a job.
It helps you define who you are.
I can't.
Find who you are.
I just can't. The things I can do. It's too much. I can't do it. I have to get better. I have to learn how to control myself. It's important. It's the most important.
This character arc going into the next season.
I have to get better.
This is gonna be peak as hell.
Do you understand,
Mark?
Do you?
I do. I really do.
You haven't been very important this season, unfortunately.
Oh my god, Mark!
But next season, I have hopes. Even if we don't confirm anything like the...
Cecil told us all about what happened with that psychopath. Is your mom okay?
She's okay. She's a lot stronger than she looks.
Yeah, I bet. How are you, though?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, sure. But you know I'm always here for you. If you ever need a shoulder, I've got two.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. There's something else I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
Go on.
It's nothing. I'm sorry.
Oh, you tease.
Sure.
You cock tease. How dare you?
I'm sorry, Mark. It's not fair. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this.
This is the big one, you know? This is definitely the big one going into Season 3. This dynamic right here, this relationship. So what's next? Of course, it's gotta be this. We got a plan or something?
Hey. Yo. Nolan. You there?
I'm here, alien.
Oh, come on, man. It's Alan. Don't be like that. I heard about what you did on Thraxa. We are on the same side now.
No, we're not.
You turned against the Empire. Mark told me all about it.
But you saw Mark?
Yes, on Earth. I came to enlist him in the Coalition's fight against your old pals. But it seems you beat me to it.
Leave him out of this. This isn't his fight. Let the boy have a moment of peace.
He ain't gonna know peace again for the rest of his life.
Yeah, don't worry. That's gonna happen. I've heard the chatter in here. They're gonna execute you, bro.
They are, yes.
Most people would be more worried about that.
Well, hardened soldier.
I'm not a Viltrumite anymore. Not really. I feel shame and regret for my actions. I see the suffering of lesser beings, and it upsets me deeply.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
What I did on Earth, the pain and
yeah, all the guilt coming back from that fight will
immeasurable.
Will hit you now the more you grow a conscience.
What I did to those people. What I did to my son.
Yeah, and your people are doing that on 1,000 different planets right now. But you can help us stop them.
I deserve death.
Oh, God.
This isn't gonna be easy, is it?
What? What is it?
I think I miss my wife.
Well, that's probably not something you can get back. Which wife are you referring to, by the way? I forgot if he was officially married to the grasshopper. But yeah, you miss your wife, huh? It's kind of deep, bro. That is kind of deep. Okay, there's like no music whatsoever here, so I'm just gonna stop. There's only 3 minutes of credits. Alright, so guys, do my cut as you know, and when I come back, we'll talk. Alright guys, and we are back. So that was the finale of Invincible Season 2, and the last finale of Invincible for the foreseeable future. So, it was pretty good. Well, pretty good. It was incredible, to be honest. One of the best episodes of Invincible by far. But I don't know if I'd call it the best episode. You know, I would have to rewatch Season 1. I still feel like Season 1's finale might have taken that for me, but I could see this, you know, if I do rewatch Season 1, which I definitely will. Both seasons I'll rewatch before Season 3 comes out. I might give a definitive answer then. But that is the main kind of competitor right now, which is good. It's always good when the finale episodes of seasons are the ones you consider the contenders for the you know, the best seasons of the best episodes of the series. So, you know, unfortunately Angstrom didn't meet too many expectations. Like, you know, while he wasn't much in the season, we did very much go through the whole roster of him exploring the multiverse, specifically exploring and studying Mark as Invincible, and, you know, going through all this knowledge of a Viltrumite. So he did seem like a bigger threat than he ended up being, which is unfortunate. You know, but it also seems like his research was very much wrong. You know, just being in a different universe with a similar character doesn't mean they're exactly the same, you know. So I do get there can be fuck-ups there, and that was probably Angstrom's biggest mess-up, was that, you know, not considering that, even though they are the same person, different universes, different alternate realities and whatnot, and it's like, our Mark was probably stronger than the Invincibles he was, you know, was expecting, or was stronger than the Invincibles that he ended up seeing before, and as a result, he miscalculated his odds. So, it was pretty good, like I said. Unfortunately, Angstrom, Levi? Oh, I don't know how to say his last name. Unfortunately, Angstrom is dead, though, which is pretty crazy. Like I said, I definitely feel like there was a lot more you could have done with him. You know, I was hoping eventually we would have got our Mark vs. Mark fight, which would have been fun. Which also, kind of a weird one, because it seems like, or at least it was treated as our Invincible being the one kind of exception to the rules. It seems like in the multiverse of Invincible, Mark almost always goes down the path of joining Nolan or being evil in some regard, which is very strange. You know, if we're following the story as we've seen it in our own universe, up until the way of ending of Season 1, it's pretty surprising that, you know, our Mark is the exception to the rule. I don't want to say this is an Earth Prime situation, but, you know, just a very interesting case that apparently Mark is almost always destined to be a villain. Oh, sorry. Bunch of air just coming up right there. Yeah, Mark is always destined to be a villain, which is pretty surprising. You know, and it makes it so our Mark is the sole exception to that rule. But because of that, you know, because Mark chooses to go down the path of righteousness, our Mark is probably the one that suffered the most throughout the entirety of, you know, those altercations and those alterations of the character. You know, because kind of time and again it's shown that being the good guy and being on the side of justice brings so much internal misery and despair to the people and heroes that choose to go down that path, that, you know, sometimes the viewer even questions how the fuck they're still sane anymore to actually do that, to still being the one that fights for the little guy, that fights on the side of good. You know, and we saw that right here. We definitely saw right here that, you know, for a brief moment, Mark let that out. You know, for a brief moment, he overcame the mental inclusive block that pretty much all heroes have, and he just fucking wailed out. And I feel like it's very believable why that happened, because, you know, I've said it, you know, time and again, that this season has been mostly just, it's mostly been focused on the characters getting over the events of Season 1. It's been that continuation from that inner turmoil, and Mark has had that constant battle throughout the entire season. You know, of constantly trying to figure out, you know, does he be invincible to, you know, atone for the mistakes he made of trusting his dad, and because of the people that got murdered, and, you know, the damage that came from their direct battle at the end of Season 1? Does he, you know, stick to his own personal life and the people that need him as Mark and not invincible? You know, and all the mistakes and all of the turmoil that's come from this season through those actions, and he just let it out on fucking Angstrom. He wailed out on Angstrom, held nothing back, and because of that, he lost himself, you know? He lost himself, he went too far, and he ended up killing the guy. Which was insane. You know, I do like the double meaning of the, him questioning, you know, I thought he was stronger, like, in both a physical sense and a sense that he didn't think he'd ever go down this route of losing himself, even for just a moment, to that regard, to where, you know, he crossed a line that almost no hero does, or that no hero ever dreams of doing, and as a result, well, it's too far to really turn that back now. And although he was a little, you know, a little underutilized, and unfortunately I didn't, you know, the way they built Angstrom up here, it didn't, you know, I never got the big impact of him being, like, the main season finale guy. I didn't even think by the end he was gonna be in the season finale at all, until they just showed him at the end of the last episode. So there could have been a lot more build-up for Angstrom in this season, you know, especially if this was the end of his character's story. There was definitely a lot of potential you could have done with multiverse stuff, you know, adding in the Viltrumite saga and whatnot. But he definitely seemed like a tragic character, you know, because this Angstrom was the one from our universe where, you know, Mark did not go down the path of villainy, but because of that, it's the contrast that happened to where every other Angstrom has suffered but was good, and this Angstrom ended up becoming a villain due to Mark being a hero. So it you know, it's that oxymoron approach, it's that tragedy of, you know, A, he ended up turning into a villain, but B, it's also because of the fact that he has now got the memories and the experiences of all of those Angstroms that fell prey to Invincible and fell prey to the monster that all the other universes covered. So it's understandable why he would, you know, why this would happen to him, why the procedure would fuck him up on such a degree to where he saw Invincible as the root cause, despite the fact that it was his own actions that led to this this path that ended up happening, you know. So definitely a you know, definitely a sympathetic villain right there. Obviously, that became less so when he started torturing the family, when he planned on fucking beating Debbie with Oliver and doing all that crazy shit. You know, snapping her arm, hurting innocents, you know, hurting innocents despite the fact that the whole reason he is like this now is because he refused to start a utopia through violence and blood. He became the person he ended up despising. And, you know, through, as we saw more of that come out of him, you started to feel a little less sympathetic for him because, well, he was getting ready to, beat down a child, beat down a mother with a child. I don't even know if I'm properly saying that, but that's what happened, and that's fucking crazy that even, you know, came up. So, you get it, you know, you do feel regret for Angstrom, but you also 100% get why Mark did what he did, and, you know, it's insane. The one kind of thing that is a bit of a Deus Ex Machina and a bit silly is the fact that, you know, the Guardians found Mark and literally got him the answer to getting out of there without any kind of involvement or, you know, without any kind of direct impacts from Mark. Like, I get it, you know, I was thinking we were gonna leave Mark on this, you know, on this planet to bask in his misery, in his despair, you know, in his solitude, and we would go into season 3 with however long it would have been, and he would have, you know, probably gone down a much more violent route. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, and we just get a group of Guardians from a different timeline in which Mark came back in some regard, but turned into an absolute monster, and because of that, Rudy ended up finding out time travel and multiversal travel and got him back. So it's a bit of a Deus Ex Machina, you know, it does come out of nowhere. It makes sense for this kind of series, but overall it literally came out of nowhere in this case, and it kind of avoided a future that I was honestly looking forward to seeing. So a little unfortunate right there. I'm also not entirely sure what they were doing with Rudy / Rex at the end there. Like, it's weird because, you know, Eve referred to him as Rex, had Rex's voice and everything, and the voice makes sense because, you know, Rudy is you know, using a clone body of Rex, but the fact that she called him Rex goes either way. Like, on one hand, Rex isn't smart enough to be and take over the mantle of robot. On the other hand, this is a future, however long in the, you know, this is a timeline however long in the future, meaning the possibilities are there, so I'm not entirely sure what they were doing with that. But at the same time, I don't feel like that's ever going to come up again, which is why another reason why I kind of call it a Deus Ex Machina. So I don't really know how to feel about that. You know, it's not really worth thinking about, but the impact and implication there is always there, you know. And yeah, well, I'll admit, the Eve Mark ship, like I said, I've seen the chemistry there, I've seen the interest, especially in this season, which is even funnier when he has a girl. You know, I've seen it and it makes sense, but pushing, you know, and outright confirming that Eve has loved Mark for a while now, it's a bit sudden, and it's a bit soon, and it really felt like it came from an outside source that shouldn't have happened. Like, I know it's Eve, but the fact that, you know, it came from a future Eve at this specific time felt a little weird, right? Like, we're implying this is a future where Eve never confessed to Mark, and where Mark never really realized her feelings for him. So I guess she wants to try and fix that. But it's still a little bit sudden, you know, because we've just, last episode, got through the Amber stuff, and within one episode, which is probably not even a full 24 hours, in canon time, Mark is getting drop bombed that fucking Eve is in love with him, and that is going to add even more to his emotional turmoil, because, like, that's complicated enough in a perfect reality. So what the fuck do you do now with that information, right? I don't know, but we saw Mark there for a moment, possibly trying to, you know, give in to Eve, but realizing that it's not the best time, place, or anything. You know, definitely not right after Amber, definitely not right after everything that happened, and definitely not the point to where he doesn't even know anymore who he is as a person. You know, there's times and places for these things. But it is a little funny that, yeah, at the end of the day, Invincible did go down that kind of path of just, yeah, female hero, male hero, like, we're going there, you know, which is pretty funny. I'm not even entirely sure if I'm expecting that in season 3 or not, but given the show's kind of pacing with its romances, I'd say there's a decently strong chance of those two getting together by that point. But I'm not quite sure. You know, I'll probably have to see a few episodes of season 3, and here's big hoping Eve has more prominent role, since now that's out, she almost certainly will have a more prominent role in the 3rd season, since, you know, with the Eve special, I want more Eve. Like, a lot more Eve now. And, yeah. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, this is big, you know, this is big. I'm so curious where Mark's character is going to go now, again, given the fact that all of his trauma, all of his PTSD, and all of his turmoil came crashing back to him, you know, literally flashing back to the words that, you know, to the words that, that Nolan told him, you know, screaming in frustration in the skies. He really kind of let those sink in and wondered if he is becoming Nolan. And I do like the contrast now that Nolan and Mark are playing on each other, to where Mark has always been the human who doesn't want to go down the path of hurting others, who sees the value in life and everything. But now that he's taken that extra step and he's actively killed a life fully of his own, of his own intent. Like, there is no excusing what he did now in any capacity. He did that. He's kind of turning more into Nolan now, or at least he thinks he's turning more into Nolan, and he hates it. Where, by contrast, Nolan is becoming more human in a way, to where he's starting to grow a conscience for other life forms that aren't Viltrumites, and he's starting to feel guilty and start to value the life that, that he's taken, what he did to his son, what he did to Debbie, all the people that he killed throughout those years on Earth and the other planets, and, what the damage that he caused in his battle with Mark. So there's a lot of stuff going on with Nolan and Mark right now, and they're kind of paralleling each other a little bit, which is funny. And it does feel like we're going down the route of... I feel like we're going down the route of Mark is going to start spiraling big time in the next season, and the only one that can kind of snap him out of it would be Nolan. I feel like we're going down that route of the person who you are trying so hard not to become is the one person that can understand what you're going through, because they are the person you're fearing, and because of that, they can mentor you to get out of that pit, I've seen a few shows do stuff similar like that, to where the villain that causes PTSD to the hero is in a way the one that ends up helping them get out of that darkness, because either they reformed or they grew to respect the hero, so they helped him for that reason. I've seen it a couple of times, and it's almost always incredible when it does happen. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the next encounter with Mark and Nolan, especially Debbie, since I was so sure Debbie was going to die in this episode. I saw that as a very high possibility. It didn't happen, which is good. But, things are definitely going to get harder for her now, since, Nolan apparently misses his wife. So funny to think about now. A bit too late, bro, but whatevs, if you can make it work, whatevs. We're going to see what's going to happen there. And we have such an interesting dynamic. Alan and Nolan. Those two contrast so hard, but they are the perfect duo, and I cannot wait to see the kind of shit those two get up to. Between breaking out of the Viltrumite imprisonment and between just doing whatever the fuck they're going to do together. Those are two characters I love, and two characters I'm so hyped to see, get it on with whatever's going to happen. So yeah. Beyond that, obviously there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to in the future. Things that didn't come up. Titan didn't come up at all in this season, which was very surprising, seeing as he was one of the people that was teased at the end of Season 1 to come up again, and absolutely will come up again, Rex, they're building Rex up, which is pretty cool. He's now, after his encounter with death, he's finally starting to see the actions that he took previously and starting to become a better person from it, which is really nice. Rudy is starting to, come to terms with his anti-socialism, and is trying to find the right way to express himself and trying to find the right way to help those he cares about, which Monster Girl is the priority there. So I'm really curious where their relationship is going to go moving forward. I almost forgot to even say it, and fucking Duplicate! She's still alive! She kept a body behind! Thank you! That was obvious that's what it should have done, and I'm glad that this girl had the brains to actually do that. I can see people getting pissed off about that, considering, how big a deal they made of it and how much they baited it to be real. But it just makes sense. And depending on how it pushes for Immortal's character development later, since this was the catalyst that was about to mentally break him entirely, now he can also go on a path of healing, self-healing. And again, it's that contrast to where Mark has been trying the entire season to heal. Everyone else around him has been spiraling, and now, once again, the tables have turned. Rudy and Monster Girl are starting to, repair their friendship and their possible relationship. Rex is starting to become a genuinely good person and friend. Fucking Nolan's trying to go down a path, some sort of a semi-path of self-redemption. And Mark is spiraling. I cannot wait to see where he goes in Season 3 with this. There's so much trauma, so much PTSD, so much, turmoil he has now as a person, that I don't know. I could see him snapping again. I could see him never snapping again. But we're down the path now to where he's almost made the entire choice of being invincible full time, and I feel like that isn't a very appropriate. It's a very appropriate reaction given that, you know, both of what's happened and what is inevitably coming, since he's fully aware that there will be another Viltrumite encounter in the future of an undisclosed time frame. So it makes sense why he would want to become invincible again full time, quit college, quit his personal life, because again, we don't know how safe the Earth is for how much longer. So there's very valid reasons for why he'd want to do this, not just because he's trying to use it as a way to distract himself, but because there are genuine threats coming that we know of. So yeah, I'm really excited for Season 3, like I said. I'd say overall Season 1 or Season 2 didn't have a very constructive narrative as much as Season 1, because the entire thing of Season 1 was built upon the mystery of the Viltrumites and Nolan. Season 2 was a little more... It was a little more just a bit of everything. You know, it was a little more just a bunch of different things, you know, working both in tandem and separately from one another. You know, and... Well, I don't think that's bad, since again, this season was kind of the after effects of Season 1. You know, I can still say that in some regards it did feel a little bit like it didn't find its focus too much. You know, like I said, there's some absolutely amazing things in here. The thing I really do appreciate is the realism that, you know, this show portrays in its superhero society, how it makes it feel like a genuine hero society that, you know, would work in real life. Like Angstrom, you know, being someone that Mark didn't even consider. He's collateral to what a hero would go through. You know, what a hero's life doesn't even consider thinking about. But for an average person, you know, it's life altering. Like Mark's actions with the Maulers ended up fucking up Angstrom so badly that, you know, it ruined his life. But to Mark, he didn't even process anything happened, you know, because he had so much going on as a hero in his own life, he completely forgot about him. And then there's also the thing about, you know, about Amber. You know, it genuinely just did not work out, and, you know, I'm not even entirely sure if we're going to see Amber again. Like, the final scene of him flying away from Amber is, like, symbolizing him letting her go, you know, detaching her from the danger of his hero life forever. But I don't know if that's a permanent goodbye to Amber's character. I'd say no, because she's still a friend of William, and William is still a friend of Mark, and Eve, of course, she's a friend of Eve. So I don't know for sure if that's going to be the thing, but I see it as a possibility. But yeah. Anyway, guys, this was Invincible. This show is incredible. You know, it has 2 very strong and solid seasons to it. I feel like I really enjoy its writing. We're getting into a little more silly territory with its other superhero stuff. Like, literally, this episode, Mark met, you know, references to Spider-Man, and he straight up met Batman. Like, that's not even like a parody character or a reference or anything. He straight up met Batman in this episode, which is crazy. You know, so I like the gist it gives to other superhero franchises and comics and whatnot, references. And yeah, I just feel like it is a good representation of if a superhero society was ever to become real, you know, it goes into, and I feel like it takes a very realistic approach to what it would be like for a person that works in that kind of society. So it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. You know, when Season 3 comes out, I will do it. See, I never really follow a Amazon series, so I'm not sure if they just dropped the entire season as a whole. I know this season took a split, so I don't know if they do them weekly, or if they just drop an entire season like a Netflix series or not. But whatever they do, I'll be there very soon when Invincible Season 3 comes out. You know, I feel like 2024 in general, it has been a great year, because there's so much coming out that relates to me. Like, Invincible Season 2 obviously was already out when I did it, but there's so much here. Like, Season 3 of ReZero's coming out near the end of the year. The Overlord movie's coming out very soon, and when that comes out, I can watch that, and then the other episodes of Season 4 that's already out. you know, Konosuba Season 3 and the Megumin series came out, which I'm going to watch at some point. I haven't done it yet, but I will. You know, so those are coming out as well, which is great. One Punch Man Season 3 might be coming out this year. That's so fucking hype. That's one of the top hype ones for me as well. A little more than even Overlord at this point. And probably the biggest one is Arcane Season 2. Probably a little more relevant to this video because that is a Western. So that's big hype as well. So 2024 is such a hype year. There's other stuff like Spy Family as well, which I'm not too hyped for at the moment because there's things I deem so much higher than that already coming out. And of course there's other things I'm going to be watching this year as well. So yeah, guys, this has been Invincible. Hope you've enjoyed these reactions so far. Like I said, I will try and be there when Season 3 comes out right away. If it doesn't happen, I apologize, but I promise it will come at some point. So guys, thanks for watching this series with me. Invincible is currently on hiatus. And like I said, hopefully I will see you guys next time.